Good morning. You're watching Today in Parliament with me, Aishwarya Kapoor, and these are the Parliament headlines. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman to table economic survey in Parliament today ahead of the Union budget presentation tomorrow. Survey to present status of annual economic development of the country. Lok Sabha to discuss the Adha and Other Laws Amendment Bill 2019 for consideration and passing. Bill amends the Adha Act 2016 and other laws. Rajya Sabha to take up the Indian Medical Council Amendment Bill 2019, calling attention motion on drug addiction among school children, also scheduled in the day's business. Ahead of the government's first union budget tomorrow, the Economic Survey 2019 will be tabled in Parliament today. This is the first economic survey of Narendra Modi's second term and will be tabled by Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman in both houses of Parliament today. Prepared by Chief Economic Advisor K.V. Subramanian, the economic survey is likely to flag issues that the economy might face in its pursuit to become the world's fifth largest economy. The economic survey also is likely to give details of the reforms roadmap that is needed to fulfill Modi's goal of more than doubling the size of the economy to $5 trillion by 2024. The survey is an outlook of the developments in the economy that is presented a day before the union budget. The survey contains a summary of the performance of major development programs as well as policy initiatives of the government and the prospects of the economy as well. All right, let's go back to our colleague Kriti Mishra, who's joining us live from Parliament. Kriti, so the economic survey, gives a detailed account of the state of the economy, prospects, policy challenges. So everyone looking forward to the new government's first economic survey in Parliament today?
Well, absolutely, Aishwarya. So the government would table the economic survey in Parliament today, and it would be tabled by Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman. Remember, economic survey is a very, very important document because it tells us about the health of the economy and also reviews the flagship programs and initiatives of the government. Remember, the government has set up several targets for doubling or in fact making India a $5 trillion economy by the year 2024. It also has the vision of doubling farmers' income by the year 2022. It also talks about enhancing the share of manufacturing in India's GDP to 25% by the year 2025 from the current levels of 16%. It has plans and harbors vision to actually propel exports and also to truncate the import bill. So several important targets are set up by the government, and the economic survey will give us the short-term and also the mid-term perspective on the economy. And remember, the government has been presenting, the Modi government has been presenting the economic survey since 2015. In 2015, it talked about the Jam Trinity. In 2016, it underscored the need to invest in human capital. In 2017, it talked about the long-term benefits of demonetization. And 2018, very interestingly, it was a pink economic survey highlighting the importance of women empowerment. So today also, we look forward to this very crucial document of the government. Aishwarya?
All right, Kriti, stay with us and let me tell our viewers that as you saw in those visuals, the copies of the economic survey have reached Parliament. These are the visuals that you can see on your television screen. Of course, at 11 a.m. you'll see that the Economic Survey 2019 will be tabled in Parliament by Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman. And in the Lok Sabha today, the Adha and Other Laws Amendment Bill 2019 will be moved for consideration and passing by Law Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad. Now, this amends the Adha Targeted Delivery of Financial and Other Subsidies, Benefits and Services Act 2016, the Indian Telegraph Act 1885 and the Prevention of Money Laundering Act 2002. The Adha and Other Laws Amendment Ordinance 2019 was promulgated in March this year, and this bill also aims to allow the voluntary use of Adha as identity proof for opening of bank accounts and procuring mobile phone connections. The bill was introduced in the Lok Sabha by Ravi Shankar Prasad last month amid protests by opposition parties over concerns of privacy. Kriti, Kriti, talking about now the other business in Lok Sabha, of course, Ravi Shankar Prasad had introduced the Adha and Other Laws Amendment Bill 2019 in Lok Sabha. Last week, there was a lot of protest from opposition members as well. And today, this bill will be moved for consideration and passing. Tell us more about the bill.
Well, Aishwarya, the government has laid emphasis on financial inclusion in the country, and this bill seeks to further simplify the process and make Aadhaar optional for opening a bank account for KYC, and there are other amendments in the bill as well. For instance, the bill also talks about creating a unique identification authority of India fund as well, and also give regulator-like powers to issue directions in the Aadhaar ecosystem. The government has also said that the entire Aadhaar system is absolutely robust to uphold the privacy of the citizens. So this important bill will come up in the Lok Sabha today. Aishwarya?
Right. So this bill allows the voluntary use of Aadhaar number for identification and also identity proof in opening of bank accounts and also procuring mobile phone connections. Kriti, stay with us. We also need to talk about Rajya Sabha. Well, the Indian Medical Council Amendment Bill 2019 will be moved for consideration and passing in the Rajya Sabha today. The bill will be moved by Union Health Minister Dr. Harshvardhan. The Lok Sabha had on Tuesday passed the bill by a voice vote. This bill amends the Indian Medical Council Act 1956 and replaces an ordinance that was promulgated in February. The bill is aimed at bringing in transparency, accountability and quality in the governance of medical education in the country. It will provide for the supersession of the Medical Council of India for a period of 2 years from August 2018. And proposes to increase the number of members in the Board of Governors to 12 from the existing 7. And also calling attention motion on the reports of increasing drug addiction among school children in the country is listed in today's business of the Rajya Sabha. The motion is called by BJP MP R.K. Sinha. BJD leaders Amar Patnaik and Sasmit Patra will take oath as RS MPs today. Both were elected unopposed to Rajya Sabha in the by-elections that were held recently. Kriti, talking about the legislative business in the Rajya Sabha, of course, a very important bill that is going to regulate the medical education in the country is listed for consideration and passing. And very importantly, a calling attention motion on drug addiction among children is listed in today's business. So a very important day in the Rajya Sabha as well.
Well, Aishwarya, drug abuse is a serious menace in the country. Around 3.1 crore Indians are addicted to drugs, and only 1 out of 20 drug addicts get hospitalized treatment. In fact, Vice President of India and also Chairman of Rajya Sabha, M. Venkaiah Naidu, on several occasions has in fact pointed out towards the need to combat the drug menace and to create public awareness. The government has also prepared an action plan for 5 years to combat drug menace. It also talks about a multi-pronged strategy to combat this menace and also talks about constituting a steering committee consisting of secretaries of several departments. So a very important calling attention motion would be raised in the Rajya Sabha today by member R.K. Sinha. And also, as you've mentioned about the bill, which is the Indian Medical Council Bill, which seeks to enhance transparency and also accountability in the medical education system. Remember, the government has said that this is one of the steps to bring about radical changes in the medical education system, and that the MCI would be superseded by Board of Governors, and these doctors would be of eminence and also of great repute. And the government has also said that it will also bring National Medical Commission to bring about a comprehensive reform in the entire medical education system. So a very important bill in the Rajya Sabha, which is the Indian Medical Council Amendment Bill that seeks to replace the ordinance promulgated by the government. Aishwarya?
Right, Kriti. Thank you so much for all those updates there from Parliament. And following ministers will lay papers on the table in the Lok Sabha today. Nirmala Sitharaman for the Ministry of Finance. Rajkumar Singh for the Ministry of Power. Hardeep Singh Puri for the Ministry of Civil Aviation and the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. Mansukh L. Mandavia for the Ministry of Shipping. General Retired V.K. Singh for the Ministry of Road Transport and Highways. Ratan Lal Kataria for the Ministry of Jal Shakti. And Secretary General is going to report on 2 messages from Rajya Sabha regarding the Homeopathy Central Council Amendment Bill 2019 and the Central Educational Institutions Reservation in Teachers Cadre Bill 2019. And Nirmala Sitharaman will also make a statement regarding the medium of examination for direct recruitment to certain levels in regional rural banks. And following ministers will lay papers on the table in the Rajya Sabha today. Nirmala Sitharaman for the Ministry of Finance, Smriti Zubin Irani for the Ministry of Textiles, Jitendra Singh for the Ministry of Personnel, Public Grievances and Pensions, Dhotre Sanjay Shamrao for the Ministry of Human Resource Development, V. Muralidharan for the Ministry of External Affairs. And Nirmala Sitharaman is going to make a statement regarding the medium of examination for direct recruitment to certain levels in regional rural banks. And Union Minister Piyush Goyal will move the motion for election to the Agricultural and Processed Food Products Export Development Authority. That's it in this edition of Today in Parliament. Do stay tuned. The proceedings of the Upper House are going to commence at 11 a.m. Thanks for watching.